and gentlemen, I now want to welcome the amazing, the beautiful Nandy Alexander onto the stage, and the crowd goes wild. Nandy,
oh my goodness.
yourself.
Hi, everybody. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Amazing. I by no means am a public speaker. I don't know why Susana has asked me to do this, but I am going to do it with pleasure because you can always count on my great friend Sue to bring you out of your little shell. I just want to share a bit about my journey and my experience doing the Kinsta course. And as you can tell from my little chat over there, I'm a person that likes to write notes. So I don't want to forget anything. And I wrote down some notes, with the 10 points that I wanted to discuss with you guys. Before I did the course, I was really battling with a negative mindset. My mind would always be so dark and in such a sad place. And I would always find myself gravitating towards the worst possible outcomes of any situation. I suffered with people pleasing. Where do I even start with that one? I think everyone suffers with that a little bit. Being easily triggered. I was short-tempered and always just on the defense. But that came from a lot of experiences that I went through in my life that I just was never, ever able to overcome, because most of the time when you're dealing with your shadows, you don't actually ever want to face it, right? Another thing that I suffered from or was experiencing during the time when I decided to do the course was burnout. Burnout from a job that I was so frustrated in, constantly stressed in. And I don't know if you guys remember, but in the group chat, in our WhatsApp group chat, I told you guys that I've now since resigned from that job. I'm living a happy, stress-free life where I don't have to get onto Teams, get onto emails at 8 o'clock in the morning. It's not for everyone, but it really just wasn't for me. And I was just in such a bad place with work, and it caused me so much anxiety every single day, and I just was not happy. Another thing that I was experiencing before I joined the course was low self-worth, low self-love, and low self-esteem. My God, what a combination. It was just awful. And the best thing about the course for me, because obviously I got to work through all of these things throughout my journey with Susana and the amazing group that I was doing it with, was that I was able to confront so many of the shadows by addressing them directly instead of avoiding them, which I had mastered doing over the years. I don't think people realize how difficult it is to face that side of you that you just don't want to see and you don't want anybody else to see. It's just, God, it's hard. It's hard. And that is also one of the things, not to put any focus on that, but that is one of the things that I really struggled with throughout the course, was constantly waking up every single day, doing the homework, and facing these things that I also try to avoid so often. And that is the best way for me to work through it. The biggest change that I experienced in the way that I now treat myself and the people close to me, learning to give myself the space to feel all of my emotions and remember the importance of putting myself first. I'm now a softer version of who I was, always defensive, always on the victim end of things. And most importantly, have now become more understanding to other people's behaviors, as opposed to taking things personally and not having people affect my headspace and my mood. Doing the Kinsta course left me feeling that although the journey of personal development is an ongoing process, it gave me the tools to navigate through exactly what I was struggling with personally, and healed a lot of my own trauma, which actually was brought to the forefront during the course through our homework, which I just said that we were given to do weekly. It also left me feeling like a load had just been lifted off my shoulders constantly, actually, because we were taught the gift of self-love through forgiveness. And I was able to let go of a lot of baggage that I did not need to be carrying around me anymore. Just going to turn the page. I promise this is the last page that I'm turning. Stay with me. I would genuinely recommend the course to anyone seeking clarity of who they are, why they behave the way they do towards certain things, you know, patterns like codependency, patterns like having the victim mentality, and anyone ready to step into the enlightened version of themselves, you know, the version that you know exists, but you don't have the tools to, you know, deal with it, or you don't have the tools to go into that next level that you know you are. So if that's you, I highly recommend it. And what I was most grateful for was the support that I received by Susana and the group during the course. It was a space where I could be so vulnerable, and everyone was so welcome and willing to help me with anything that I was struggling with. And this went both ways. Everyone, it was just such a safe space. And I know that Susana really emphasizes on that when we come into our groups, is that it's a place where you can be who you are and there's no judgment and people are willing to help. Um, Working with Susana, for me, Susana, can you just mute your thing there? Because I don't want you to, I don't want you to hear me. But working with Susana, gosh, it's so beautiful. You know, she really knows exactly how to hold space, how to always have a solution for every single thing that you could even possibly imagine. When you're like, I can't go over this hurdle, Susana's like, here's a bulldozer. I can help you with it. You know, Susana, you really are incredible. And I can't thank you enough for, you know, helping me or playing such a pivotal role in the person that I am today. And the community that I met in the course was just such a reminder that everybody's actually going through something. You know, we're not going through things in isolation, and everyone is willing to help. And if we just speak up and not suffer in silence, you can get through anything that you can imagine. So that was my experience, and it's gone on to help me every single day since I completed the course, and has really made me so much better. So thank you. Thank you, Susana.
You see now, I'm so proud of you, Nuns. I really, really am, because I remember when you started the course, and I remember you were in a really tough space, you know,